Do you feel you are constantly one step behind the trends? In this video, I will be handing you the key to real estate riches. We will show you how to use cutting-edge AI to predict market movements and become a real estate prophet. Today, we are diving into the world of predictive analytics. We are using data to see the future of the housing market. In today's session, we'll be looking at predictive analytics and trying to use AI solutions to predict trends and client behaviors in the real estate industry. So the objectives from today include grasping the power of predicting analytics in real estate. This is the key one. Identifying how AI is transforming the market trend predictions. We're trying to forecast various data sources using the public data sources and private data sources. We'd specify what the common data sources are, and we'd have a look at what they are. And discover practical applications to enhance your real estate business and understand the limitations and responsible use of AI-powered predictions. So what is predictive analytics? So predictive analytics is about using AI or machine learning to analyze vast amounts of data, and based on that analysis, identifying patterns, trends, and anything that's future based on historical information. So that's where you are predicting what's likely to happen. So you predict trends, you predict the likely decision-making processes that investors or people buying properties would follow based on the historical behavior of the same people. So it's about predicting the future, and that prediction would be based on objective data that's been used to train different machine learning models. So predictive analytics matters because for you as a real estate investor or real estate professional, it helps give you an edge over your contemporaries or the competition. It also makes sure that you're making informed decisions. Now, if your decisions are based on data and based on fact, then it's a more reliable information decision, and it's a more robust decision that you'd make. Thirdly, it would enhance the experience you'd have with your clients if you're raising properties or trying to raise funds for investment, and you're able to back your decision-making process with information and the training of different AI models. And the final one is about mitigating risk. So even though you may have your intuitions, the data, as I say, does not lie. So you'd want to rely on something as objective and something that you can go back to and update for the times when you do get it wrong, as would eventually happen. So the role of AI in predictive analytics is essentially the data, the learning from the historical data and the massive amounts of data that's available, both publicly and privately. Human data in terms of their behavior when they go to your website or the way they purchase or make purchase decisions, how the economy affects the decisions that they make. You can use that historical data based on machine learning to identify the patterns and the trends. And what you really want is to understand the trends and the patterns. And some people who are in the know use those trends and patterns to give themselves an edge, so they could be selling when they realize that the data suggests that they should be selling, and acquiring more properties when the data suggests otherwise. And as a real estate agent or a real estate professional, you can use that data to your advantage. So typically in real estate, they say buy low, sell high. The data, historical data, would provide you with enough confidence to be able to make a purchase or approach certain types of sellers at a particular, depending on the season and depending on what the data tells you that you should be doing. And then with deep learning is essentially helping with that automated process, and it's a complex set of neural networks that would train itself on the information that's available to it. And if the information is good enough, it can also make some really good, reliable recommendations. Now, with AI-powered market trend forecasting techniques. Again, this is all based on data. You've got three key areas that we'll cover here today. Machine learning, that's about algorithms learning from historical information, then making predictions about future trends. Then with deep learning is all based on neural networks, analyzing the same amount of data, but in this case, they're training themselves, they're predicting what the outcome should be based on the information that they've been trained on. And with deep learning, they can identify intricate patterns and really complex patterns that the typical human would not see. And the final one is regression analysis. With regression analysis, the solution is identifying relationships between different values, and based on those relationships, it's able to predict the future. As an example, a solution could predict property prices in 5 years' time based on the economy and any employment statistics and all of that kind of information factored in together and extrapolated over the next 5 years based on the previous 200 years. So this is very easy for machine learning to do and very easy for AI to also accomplish. In terms of data sources, you've got two sets, public data and private data. On the public side, you have government records, census data, economic indicators, the types of information that gets published monthly via the Bank of Central Bank or Bank of England. On the other hand, you've got private data sources, and these data sources would be more personal to yourself, like client data or personal to your clients. So client data, what kind of properties they search for on your website, how long they spend on particular pages. You've got the MLS system in America. So MLS stands for Multiple Listing Service. It's essentially a website that lists properties across the entire country, and they've got their own setup in America that you can harness, and a lot of that information is available to you to use for your assessments and the model that you need to build. And then with property details, again, that's all subject to what's available on the market. So you may be wondering the practical applications of predictive analytics in real estate. So I'll go through some key ones that would help set your mind on what you should be expecting to see or how you can use predictive analytics is based off of these examples. So firstly, you'd want to be able to predict property values and market fluctuations. This is a key one that many people want to be able to do. All right. A typical question would be, when is a good time to buy? If you have ample data, you should be able to predict the good time to buy and know the right time to purchase based on historical data. And you can adjust your pricing strategies depending on the mood of the market and the timing of the market. And secondly, you'd want to be able to identify high potential investment areas. And how do you do that? Now, you'd have a system and a model that would look at historical data. It would look at how prices have risen in the past, and based on the market conditions around the time when there was an increase in prices, it can then predict the next area you should be going to start acquiring new properties in readiness for the next rise in the market in that area. So with historical data and AI, that's a very, very important functionality that becomes available to you based on artificial intelligence. Then the third thing is targeted market campaigns based on client behavior. I've touched on this once already. If you think about your clients visiting your website, so right now you have analytics software that can look at a heat map of the interests of a visitor to a website. So if you had the right solution in place, you should be able to detect what a visitor to your website is interested in. So questions you'd be asking of the data would be, how long does a visitor spend on the website, full stop? And secondly, which adverts piqued their interest. And you can assess that based on how long they spend on a particular advert, and use the description for that listing to determine what that person might actually be interested in. And then you can target them with properties of a similar type or similar description, similar setup. Now, as with everything, there are limitations, and knowing the limitations would help you significantly in terms of determining what's right for your company, what's right for your business. So the first thing is the accuracy of predictions. As the predictions are based on historical data, anything that's unforeseen can skew the data significantly. And we've had a few casualties, or certainly one major casualty in America, where they had a system that relied on historical data, machine learning, artificial intelligence, fantastic, everything was working well, until there was a significant change in the market. And the significant change in the market was caused by the pandemic that's happened a couple of years ago. Now, the historical models didn't have any such significant change or sudden change, so their model was predicting things based on the information that it thought it had, and that led to the company having to shut down that arm of their business. So ultimately, you need to have a human in the loop when you're deploying AI. And the second factor to think about is market shifts, sudden shifts, economic downturns, and any natural disasters. These things can impact areas, particularly if you think of areas where now, due to climate change, there's now extra flooding, additional flooding events. It then means that some insurance companies will no longer insure in those areas where there's now excess or increased amount of flooding. And if an insurance company is going to insure property, suddenly the property prices drop. Now, the models and the predictive analytics solutions wouldn't be able to factor that in. And if it's a new thing that's happening, essentially the best you can hope to get out of it is to start collecting data on those changes and then use that to work out how low prices are likely to drop if flooding becomes an increased threat to a certain territory. And you can also use that to your advantage. If you know that prices will drop by 25%, 30% or whatever, but people panic on the onset, you could go in and acquire properties at 40% or 50% below market value, knowing that it would eventually settle at 30%. So if you look at your data and trust the data, then that might be an advantage to yourself because you have information. Then the final one is you need a human expertise. So there's always going to be a human in the loop with these kind of solutions. So AI is a powerful tool, but human expertise is irreplaceable for intercepting results and interpreting results before anything goes out from your business to your clients or you make any business decisions. So Autoread.ai can partner with you to come up with solutions that would work with your workflow, things like determining the best AI solution for your predicting market trends. Solutions include things like Zestimate, using Zestimate. You can use Realize as well. There are other solutions on the market, but you can reach out to us, we can talk, and be sure to get on our wait list for an AI audit for your business. So leverage AI to gain that competitive advantage that you've always wanted. There's a window of opportunity now, and adopting AI quickly would give you that head start that you need to get ahead of the competition. So in conclusion, predictive analytics powered by AI is transforming the real estate industry. And by embracing AI, you can gain valuable insights, make informed decisions, and achieve greater success. And be sure to engage Autoread.ai to empower you to achieve the potential that's already latent in your business. Partner with us. Our website is Autoread.ai. We're available on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, YouTube. I'd love you to leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you feel about these sessions that we're going through. We specialize in automating your business, automating solutions, and bringing in tools that can help you grow your income and grow your wealth. So send us an email to uwa@autori.ai or reach out to us via our website, autori.ai. So until next time, thank you so much for listening and keep winning.